Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the south flank of Kursk in our Panzer Grenadier scenario. This is going to be turn number 3. We're going to be starting here, so let's go ahead and get things set up. So, first things first, we can clear the markers. There we go. Alright, and we can go to the offboard artillery. Oh, it does reset those. That's good. So those are already been reset. Turn track. We need to move the turn track up. So that was the first turn. That was the second turn. We are now at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. 6:30 a.m. What was the date of this? I think it was July something or another. Let's bring out our little manual. It was July 5th, 1943. That's when it was. All right. As far as, let's see here. So we have 2 steps lost to the Germans, 5-step losses to the Soviets. The Soviets' initiative is reduced by 1 for every 3 steps they lose, so they're going to be down to initiative of 1. The Germans are still at initiative of 3, so that's the bonus they're going to add to their 6-sided dice. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we are ready to rock and roll. Oh, geez, in the house. All right, so let's go ahead and roll for the Germans first. So they get to add 3 to 3 is 6. And now let's add 1 for the Russians. They rolled a 5 plus 1 is a 6. So when you roll a die, you actually re-roll. And the Germans are very happy with that because they did not get a very good roll. So they're going to try again. So they rolled a 3 again. So 3 plus 3 is 6. The Russians rolled 6 plus 1. Oh my gosh, surprise, surprise. The Russians actually won initiative, so they're going to get to activate first. That could be huge, as I say. Huge, I say. So the Russians have a couple really good options here. They know they're about ready to be assaulted by a bunch of Germans. They could try to rally this disrupted unit and this demoralized unit. They could try to rally these guys. The other thing they could do is they could activate this infantry unit and assault move into this limbered truck, and I believe it's automatically destroyed. I don't think there's even a roll because, let me look that up on the assaults. Assault move, blah blah blah, entering a hex. Let me see. I believe because they are not considered a combat unit right now, and this SK7 has an armor value of 0. This is an interesting question. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. Hmm. That is a great question, and I guess I should have looked that up before we started, but I didn't. It's not in, unfortunately, this rule book. It's not in the assault movement part of the rule book. I believe, unless I'm missing it. But I remember reading something about the other day. I could have sworn. Let's look up movements, because I think maybe under the movement it said something like, let's see here. All right, everybody. Hi. Sorry to drag it down to a complete stop, but here's the question, Tony. The Russians actually won initiative 7-6, so they get to activate first. If this infantry squad moves into this hex with this limbered 75 millimeter and the SK7, my question is, I thought I remember reading something about if you enter into a hex that has nothing, non-combat units, then they're automatically eliminated. So that would be like anything that can't do an attack. And I'm looking for it in the rule book, but I thought I remember reading something about it because I thought this situation might arise. So I was scanning through the rules the other night because I'm like, oh, I never come across this before. And so now I'm wondering, yeah, if you go into the assault section of the rule book, which is what, section 12. Oh, you know what? He can't actually do it. Right. Because you have to be activated by a leader to combat move. So if that is the case, then this leader would have went with this unit. So I would have moved the leader. I'm going to go ahead and cycle him out of there. So the leader would have moved up when he moved up. Knowing that, yeah. So you have to have a leader to combat move. Combat move is moving any units closer to enemies. So when this guy moved up, the leader would have went with him anyways. So so that was my mistake for doing that. But the question still remains. I thought somewhere in the rule book it says something about if an enemy, or if you enter a hex and it has no combat unit in it, whatever's there is eliminated or something, you know, basically harmless enemies. A unit may freely enter and exit hex containing only enemy leaders and or unarmed enemy trucks, wagons, and such enemy transports are eliminated if the, yes. So look at 5.3.1. 5.3.1, Tony. It says, any unit may freely enter or exit hexes containing only enemy leaders and or unarmed enemy trucks, wagon, or sledges. Such enemy transports are eliminated if the moving unit is a combat unit. Unarmed transports can freely enter hexes containing only enemy armed transports. Unarmed transports can freely enter hexes containing only enemy unarmed transports. They have no effect on each other. Okay. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, like I said, the leader would have moved up with this guy when I moved him up there, so the leader would have moved up with them. So the Russ, so that's okay. So I believe according to 5.3.1 harmless enemies that unarmed transport would be automatically, but what happens to the limbered units now? It talks about 5.6.3 limbering and unlimbering. Here I thought I was going to get through a complete turn really quickly today. Ha 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 ha. If a transport unit is fired on, everything it is transporting suffering the same fate. If a transport unit must make a round check due to enemy fire, make a die roll for the transport only, adding the rail bonus of any one leader is carrying. If the transport becomes disrupted or demoralized or is eliminated, so does everything it's transporting. 5.6.5. Transporting is slightly different. Yeah, I would say they're harmless enemies as well right now. So, yeah, I think this is going to get brutal for the Germans, who might have made a tactical mistake moving up so far. The Russians seizing the opportunity, I believe, according to those two rules. It does say, well, if the transport becomes disrupted or demoralized or is eliminated, so does everything it's transporting. So I believe this thing is going to be eliminated, and because this thing is still limbered, it will also be eliminated. 1242. Let me check out 1242 before I make my final decision here. Tony might be onto something. Let's see. 1242. Each combat unit that has no direct fire factors, such as limbered artillery or mortars, has an... Oh, they do actually. Each combat unit that has no direct fire factor, such as limbered artillery or mortars, but not unarmed transports, have an assault combat strength of 1. Okay, so they're not automatically removed then. Leaders and unarmed transports have no assault, but leaders may add their combat modifier to the fire strength of any one unit in the hex and any +1 column modifier. If an unarmed transport, loaded or unloaded, finds itself in an assault hex alone with an enemy combat, it is eliminated. Okay. So we know if the Russians decide to assault move in there, the SK-7 is going to be eliminated, and then the 75 millimeter infantry gun is got an assault value of 1. So I think that's what they're going to do. And interesting enough that when you assault move, you mark the unit as fired because it's not technically a move because you're doing an attack. So there is no opportunity fire at all. The only time you can opportunity fire is when somebody moves, not when somebody fires in Panzer Grenadier. And assault moving is actually a fire action, not a move action. So, yeah, thanks for the help, Tony. I appreciate that. That's good. All right. So, yeah, I think the Russians are going to, they could lose these units over here. So, yeah, they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do they go after this? Or do they try to rally before the Germans arrive en masse? I believe if they rally here and they don't move this unit, then the Germans can activate this to get it out of there. Or activate their tanks to fire on this unit and try to do some damage to it before it can actually assault in there. Either way, I think it's a good move. Either one of these are good moves for the Russians. So do they want to save these units? Or would they rather try to cause some mayhem over here? Yeah, you definitely jumped in at the right time, that's for sure. I am going to go, if I'm playing the Russians, I'm going to try and be offensive, and I'm going to come in here. So that's what they're going to do for their activation. So that will automatically remove the transport. So that is sent to the graveyard. It doesn't... transports don't count as any kind of step losses at all for either side. But now we have an assault, and this is going to get interesting. So let's look at the old assault charts. All right. So you add up the fire factors of the assaulters, and in this case it is 5. The leader actually doesn't have a combat modifier, but he does give it a shift. So actually, he'd be on the 5 column. He's going to get shifted up for the leader to the 9 column. Then he's going to be shifted back to the 5 column because they're in a woods hex there. -1 against defendant unit in a woods hex. Both sides have the same morale. Don't have to worry about that. We already gave the leader bonus. This is basically the leader bonus. Neither side's demoralized. No. No. Okay, so it's just going to be... It's going to be on the 5 column up to the 9 column because of the leader, and then back to the 5 column because they are in a woods hex there. All right, so they're on the 5 column. That is really, to be honest, it's not a great attack. Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it is worth saving their other units. Trying to rally them. Yeah, I think actually it is. I'm going to go ahead and give them back their piece here. Oh, you had a 42 on the direct fire chart and you ended up with an M1. Oh, that's terrible. All right, so I'm going to give them back their little piece here because I think the Russians better off trying to rally these guys. So this lieutenant's going to activate himself and all of his buddies around him. He's going to try and rally here. So he's got this heavy machine gun. He is got a morale of 8, -1 for being demoralized. Oh, this guy does not give a bonus either. Damn. Definitely, yeah. So it'd be 8 -1 for the demoralized. Yeah, he'll try it. So it's still a 7 or less. He can rally here. Let's see if he can rally. Here was a 9. No, he does not rally. Oh, that's terrible. Which means since he failed, he has to move away. So that actually might save his bacon, though, in the long run. He has to route away. He can only move 2 spots, so he will move back towards the town. Now let's see if he can rally this disrupted unit. So disrupted unit is a 6. Only a 6. Oh, not that chart. Where's it? Turn3. 6 because he's a reduced strength unit. So morale is 6. No bonus for the leader. No penalty. So 6 or less. Let's see if he can do it. No, he fails as well. Almost rolled a 12. That would have been horrible. So, boy, did not rally either one of those units. That's kind of disappointing. That is disappointing for sure. First of all, just to get that initiative surprise, because, yeah, if you're just joining us, they only had a 1 and the Germans had a 3. But on the initiative, the Germans rolled a 3 and the Soviets rolled a 6 after they tied the first time. So, surprise, the Russians got initiative. Terrible, terrible news for them. They just couldn't rally either one of their units. So, that's going to be kind of disappointing, I guess. Okay. So this Osterfuhrer, I believe is going to activate. Ostromfuhrer, there we go. All right, I believe he's going to activate. He's going to activate the engineer and the non-disrupted unit to assault into this hex there. Bloop, bloop. And he will also tell this non-disrupted guy over here to go in. Bloop. And these guys are equal rank, so he cannot command this guy to try and rally, which is kind of unfortunate. I could activate this guy, which would activate all of these hexes. That's a thought. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So this guy is going to rally the... Oh, what the heck is this guy called? He's called a Humstromfuhrer, which is the captain, is going to order his hex and all the surrounding hexes, which will activate the Ostromfuhrer and also the Ostromfuhrer over here, which are basically lieutenants. So they can then rally and send their troops in, which means this guy can then... he will... Yes, I believe he will enter the hex. This guy can't enter the hex. Alright, the rest of these guys... This disrupted leader will move there. And these guys... will... They have 3 movement points. They're going to go 1 to that space there. 2, 3, and they didn't overstack there because there's only 2 combat units. There was only 1 there, so they didn't overstack. Yeah, I guess they should have assaulted after you saw the crazy results that ended up there. All right, so these guys moved. This guy's demoralized. He couldn't shoot him. These guys only have a range of 2, so they couldn't shoot him. We do have the mortar unit back here somewhere. Where is it? Back here. Does the mortar unit want to try? Yeah, I think the mortar unit will try to rain fire down on these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 hexes. They're still out in the clear, so yeah, we'll have the mortar unit. Let's see. Cycle opportunity fire. So he'll try an opportunity fire. Alright. Bombardments. He is on the 8 column. He's going to go up a column because he can spot him. And he doesn't get the bonus for 3 combat units anymore because there's not 3 combat units in there anymore. So it's going to go up 1 column. And I believe that's it. 1 column. All right, let's see what he rolls on the, let's see, what column would that be? 8, he's going to go up to the 12 column. All right, 12's pretty good. Oh, and he rolls a 3. That's an M1 result. Ooh, boy, this could be dangerous for the Germans. All right, leader first. He's a 9. It was an M1 result. He rolled a 2. Wow. No problem for the leader. Next, we'll just go engineer squad first. He rolls a 7. He's fine. And the Scherzershoff. Yeah, he's an 8, and he rolls a 6. Wow, that was some bad shooting there, if I've ever seen bad shooting. All right, let's go ahead and get these guys, try to rally up here. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Let me think about this. This guy moved up here, didn't he? Yes, he did. When he moved up there, you know what? I believe the Russians would have... shit. He would have tried to bombard again. So, bombarding that space again on the 8 column. I'm sorry, 8 up to 12 because you can see the spot. A rolled a 6 this time. That is just a big fat blankaroo. So that one didn't happen. All right. This guy can't actually rally because he wasn't told to rally by any leader. The leader that was in his hex moved. This leader was over here, and these guys were over there. So this guy can't, I don't believe that this SCH unit can rally because he wasn't actually directed by a leader to rally, and even though, let me think, the guy was here, told everyone to activate. Maybe they could have rallied first before they moved. like before this guy moved into the hex. Let's see. Oh, units may recover with the assistance of an activated leader or on their own. Units attempting recovery and leader's assistance must be activated and must conduct no other action that turn. Okay, so he can try to rally on his own. He's just not going to get any bonus. Actually, if this guy stays here, he would give him a bonus, but I already said he moved, so I'm not going to undo that. So this the unit can't actually rally by himself. He just won't get any leader bonus. So he is an 8 full strength unit, so 8 or less. Does he rally? No, 9. He did not rally. Yep. If that leader would have been in there with him, he would have got the bonus, but he'll have to wait till next turn. Okay, these guys didn't move or anything, so they are activating to rally. So let's go with the demoralized leader. He's got a morale of 8, -1 for being demoralized. He's a 7. Oh, he rolled a 9, which means he has to flee away. Flee! Run away! Mom. I'm just looking through to make sure I didn't miss anything. I believe if he fails, he has to enter hexes farther away from enemy units capable of direct firing on them or anti tank or direct fire. It is not possible. Blah blah blah. Well, let's roll for the disrupted guy before I decide what happens with the other guy. Disrupted guy is 8. He's just a flat old 8. He rolled a 2, so he recovers. Ring. Recovery. Morale. He is going to recover, but the leader doesn't recover, and he has to run away. And I believe he has to go farther away from units that can hurt it. Since there's a guy over here that could hurt it if he moved within range. I believe he's going to have to retreat off the map, and then he basically deserts. I believe that's how that would happen. I believe that's what would happen. Each demoralized unit under a leader that fails to recover must move away from enemy units that could hurt it. It must move towards the nearest, in terms of movement, town, wood, or other hex that enemy units can no longer spot it and fire at it with direct fire, anti-fire. This is called a safe hex. It must spend it must attempt to reach the closest safe hex it's supposed to do. A good leader may try to run away with the guy. If a fleeing unit or leader cannot reach a safe hex in the first turn in which it flees, and if it fails to recover in future turns, then on subsequent activation, you must keep fleeing at maximum movement rates. Fleeing demoralized units and leaders may only enter hexes farther away from enemy units capable of harming them with direct fire and AT fire. If this is not possible, they may enter hexes at an equal distance from such enemy units. If it's also not possible, they remain in place. Okay, well, let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes of this guy. If he was to move here, that'd only be 4 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it doesn't necessarily say they I guess according to the rules, he would actually just stay there because he can't find a what they call a safe hex, which would be a town or woods hex. He sees woods over there, but he also sees Russians hanging out over there. Now the question is, here's the question. And Tony, maybe you can give me your insight into this, what you think. It says, a demoralized unit or leader that fails to recover must move away from enemy units that could hurt it. It must move towards the newest town or wood or other hex where enemy units can no longer spot it and fire at it. This is called a safe hex. Must spend his entire movement allowance, blah, blah, blah. Well, this guy over here only has a range of 2. 2 hexes, 1, 2. So technically, if this leader was broken here, this guy couldn't even shoot him anyways. So could he not go 1, 2, 3, and he doesn't have enough movement points to move into that hex, but yeah, let's assume that's what he does. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. If you agree, disagree, or whatever, let me know. All right, so now let's get to the assault phase here. So actually, this is interesting. This is a good point. So if we slide all that, you see that this is a entrenchment. So because the Germans are assaulting into an entrenchment, the defenders get first fire on any assaults. So they're going to get to fire at the Germans entering before the Germans can do anything. Unfortunately for let's see, where's our assault? There it is. Let's get to the assault charge. They're going to get first fire. But because he is disrupted, the Russian is 3-2. He's disrupted. He's get half firepower. So is that rounded up or down? Ha 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 ha. Of course. That's the next question. Bum 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 bum. Well, let's assume you half the firepower this X over here. So we'll say that's 1.5. We'll round it up to 2. Plus 1 for the lieutenant is 3. And then the lieutenant gives a column shift. So they're actually going to be on the 5 column. That's not horrible considering you have one broken ass dude and one leader there. And the only question is whether that 1.5, that 3 rounds down to 1, or does it round down to 2? That is a good question because it actually does make a big difference. If it rounds down to 1, plus the 1 for the lieutenant is 2, you're still going to be on the 1 column. But if it rounds up from 1.5 to 2, then they're going to have 2 for the infantry, 1 for the lieutenant, and they'll be on the 3 column. So it's actually a column difference. I believe, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, I believe somewhere in the rules, or it used to anyways, unless I'm thinking of another game, it used to say always round up except for, there's like 2 things that you don't round up for, and they're specific things, but everything else is, I think you round up. Tony probably knows what I'm talking about. He probably remembers that. Playing pieces, game board scenario, game scale. Let's see. Is it? I think it would be in that, like, that beginning section. I believe we're just going to go with it. All right. I'm going to round up. If I'm wrong, well, maybe it says on here. Does it say anything on here? Let's look at the actual chart. Maybe it says something on here about rounding. Of course, you know, something simple like that. They probably didn't put that information on this important chart like this. Oh, maybe it's in the demoralized section. Maybe it says when you no, disrupted unit as his combat strength halved. That's all it says. Not rounding, doesn't even bother to say round up or down. Great. All right, so we're going to round up. So 2 for the squad, 1 for the leader. That's 3. And then the leader gives a shift call, a column shift. It includes an undemoralized friendly leader and 1 non-AFV unit. So they're going to be on the 5 column. Let's just do it and get it over with and see what happens, shall we? He rolls a 3. Wow. That's going to be an M2 result. And this all happens before the Germans can even assault anything. Wow, this could get really bad really fast. Oof. All right. Well, it's an M2. Yes, it's an M2. So, fortunately, they got one of their better leaders coming in here, Ostenführer, who has a morale of 10. Plus 2 to the die roll, though, is 7 plus 2 is 9. So the Ostenführer is fine, which is huge because now he can add his 1 modifier to all the other units. So we'll go left to right. We'll go with the SCH unit. 8 plus 1 for the leader is 9, but we're adding 2 to the die roll. We rolled a 2 plus 2 is 4, so he's fine. We'll go for the engineer next. 10 plus 2 is 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. So, yep, he is going to be demoralized. This engineer, not what I wanted. Morale is what I wanted. He's going to go right to demoralized. Oof. And then the other SCH unit, let's see what he rolls. 5 plus 2 is 7. He's fine. So this all happens because of first fire, because they are in this entrenchment. It's always hard to get guys out of those old entrenchments. Okay, now they get to fire back, though, but this demoralized unit can fire, so that firepower's out. But they do have 2 squads of... let's move this out of the way. They have 2 squads of 6, and then the leader is a 2, so that's 12 plus 2 is 14 firepower. And that's going to get them to the next column. Yeah, 13 is all they needed. And then it goes up another column for the leader. So they're at the 18 mark. But they go down 2 columns because of the entrenchment. So from 18, they're down to the 9 column. So let's see what they roll on the 9 column. All enemy units are not demoralized. No, they are not. Okay. Let's see rolls on the 9 column. 9 on the 9. And that's a morale check. Alright, so morale check for the Russians. He has a lieutenant. That is an 8. He rolls a 3. He's fine. And... the disrupted squad is only a 6 because he's a half squad. So a 6 for him. He rolls a 5. Wow. So that melee and nothing happened. Well, that's not true. Some engineers got demoralized. That's the extent of it. Let's look at game markers. I think you actually put... No. Huh. Wreck, ruins, entrenchment, anti-ditch, wire. Yeah, I don't see a counter. Oh well. Thought there was like a melee counter that we would have put on here. Might be on the back of one of those other counters. Or I might not. Let's see. Nope, we tried that. Event markers. No. Random counters. Game pieces. Yeah, no. None of that. Okay. Alright, well anyways, that was the Germans. That was not well executed by the Germans. Not well executed at all, my friends. No, sir. Now, because they did that, they still have an opportunity now to assault. So, with the assault, this will be sent to the graveyard this time. And now we got another assault going on. This is a lot of assaults going on all of a sudden. Alright, he's on the 5 column. The leader has no bonus, but he does take it up to the 9 column, and then it goes back to the 5 column. So, on the 5 column, and we've calculated that before, but I'm calculating it again for some reason. He rolls a 4, and that's going to be an M1 check. So an M1 check. This is a full strength unit. So it's got a morale of 8. He rolled a 9. So he demoralizes him. Wow. He demoralizes a limbered, wow. He gets to fire back on the 1 column. You know what? Hang on a second. he actually might get another bonus because this is a... Maybe he doesn't. Okay. No. Okay, that's fine. He's on the 1 column. He gets to shoot back with his 1 firepower. Okay, he's needs a miracle. 8. 8 is not the miracle he was looking for. 8 was not the miracle he was looking for. So, his crew there that's trying to set up these infantry guns are getting shot at, and oh boy. And he's got nobody that can come down and help him. Like, literally nobody. All the squads are over here. Yeah, we do need to mark these guys as activated, so don't forget that they already did their thing. Activated. These guys. Activated. These guys. Activated. This guy. Activated. And only the German units activated. Activated. So what could happen now, if they wanted to, the Russians could then activate their units to make an assault, and they would become the attacker and the Germans would become the defender. But that would not be very smart. But no, they cannot do that. What am I thinking? These guys already activated. Right, dummy. That's why I need to mark them activated so I don't forget. They've already activated in the beginning, and he activated as well. Got to remember to do that, or you're going to lose track, Chester. Come on, get with the program, man. Come on, get with the program. All right, so that was the Russian attack. All right, German time. German time. This Panzer 3G is going to activate, which will activate itself and all of the surrounding hexes since it's automatically a leader. And they're all going to be activated to... How scary. I think they are going to kind of just ignore that guy and move up. So again, because of the mud, it costs 1 extra to move into each hex. That's 2 movement points. And this guy will opportunity fire. Might as well. So 1, 3 armor. So he's at a -2 to whatever he rolls. It's a low shot anyways, but oh, you know what? Let's make sure on the AT fire trot there's not some crazy like bonus. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, see, the thing is, with opportunity fire on AFVs, you don't get that bonus because it's hard to hit a moving tank, actually. You do get a -1 if the target is more than 5 hexes. That's not good. So, yeah, there's all minuses. The only pluses are this one. Personnel firing anti-tank against target with no enemy personnel in assault hex. That's just if you're firing it into and assault attacks though. And target is attack this turn to 2. Yeah, more. No, doop, doop. That's like crossfire. Okay. So yeah, he's going to get a -2 to his roll. Let's see what he gets. So 3 - 2 is a 1. That's about the worst shot possible. He's going to go ahead and activate here. Does he take another opportunity shot? Or does he wait for another tank? I guess he'll wait for another tank. So that was 2, 4, 6. And 8. I lied. Not all these guys are moving. This guy is actually going to be set up for... This guy is going to actually fire. This guy is moving. This guy is firing. Alright, so this guy will move 2, 4, 6... 8. Does he want an opportunity fire? Sure, he will. Boom. Let's get it over with. Take a pot shot. Hope for the best. 6 - 2 is 4. No. He has to roll like 10. So he's got to roll like a 12 to get any kind of result whatsoever. Unfortunately for him. Alright, so these guys activated. They moved. This guy's going to fire, actually. It's going to... Oh, no, he can't fire because they're in melee. Yeah, that's true. See, I lied. I guess he is going to move. I guess I lied. He's going to... Um, 2, 4, 6, 8. So he will activate. That's fine. Oh, God damn it. Activate. There you go. So that's the Germans moving the tanks up. They're not too afraid because this guy down here is now... Actually, he will... When this guy... Let's move him back. 2, 4, 6, 8. He was up there. When this guy moved down, this tank will opportunity fire. No, he can't because he's demoralized. Forget it. That's why I was moving him up. Just ignore me. Just ignore me. Let's try that again. Yeah, he's demoralized. He can't do anything. No fire for you. No fire. No. The major's like, fire, guys. No, can't. It is vodka time. No. It is vodka time. All right, back to the Russians. Okay. What are we doing? Oh, you know what? Actually, no. Let's take that back. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, so when this guy moved down, this 76.2 millimeter will actually... What am I thinking? Yes. He will opportunity fire. 5 strength, 3 defense. That is a +2. That is a big difference. +2. 4 + 2 is 6 is miss. Then when this guy moves down, he will also opportunity fire. So he will be done. I forget what all these units do. 6 + 2 is 8. He always misses both of his shots. Oh, that's gonna be painful in the morning. Bummer. All right, now it is the Russian turn. What can they do? The captain's going to activate the infantry and all the units adjacent to him. How many units are in here? There's only 2 units in there now. He's going to go 1. Is anybody opportunity firing? We do have something. What do we want to do with them, though, is the question. No. And 2. So they will move in there and activate. When he activated, he also activated this guy. He's going to go 1, 2 as well. And he will activate. So everybody's... can he get in there? How many units do they have? No, they already have 3 in there. They 18 rifles. They say, no, you can't come in here. Get out of here. Get. But he's going to move 1, 2. Yeah. He'll move behind this stack. Or, you know what? He'll move 1, 2. He'll move in front of the stack. That's fine. He's a brave Russian. Okay. Back to the Germans. German, what do you do? I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to save some of these. Oops, not you. You. So this Hauptsturmführer is going to activate. Actually, damn. Damn. I really wanted to get these mortars there, but if I move the heavy machine guns in there, then the mortars won't be able to move in there. Because the mortars need to be here so they have line of sight down here. So, yep, these guys going to go... Oh, you know what we also didn't do was mark these guys activated. Good Lord, Jester, what are you doing? They're going to go 1. Now they can see him. Does anybody want to... I don't think anybody has the range to get him, actually. Everybody with range is already shot. Well, that's not true. We got some off-board artillery yet, but... hang on, I need to look up the rule. There's some kind of special rule with heavy machine guns in assaults. You don't want to have just heavy machine guns in assaults. Right? What is that rule? Somebody remind me. What is it called? What number is it? Yes, half the direct fire value of heavy machine guns and anti-aircraft units that attack in an assault. Unless at least one friendly infantry type unit other than a heavy machine gun also participates in the assault. So if you had a couple heavy machine guns in a squad, then yeah, assault with your heavy machine guns, but you just can't assault with just 2 heavy machine guns. They just don't work so great. They don't have any protection. Damn. Really hurting that we didn't put any squads over here. I didn't think we were going to need them. I didn't think the Russians were going to come charge it up. What the hell? Ugh. And I can't move these mortars up until we get rid of this guy. So these guys were moving. They moved up 1. Now the question is, do they want to move here? Does that do anything at all if they move up there? Let me think. No. And it makes them a viable target if they move up there for an assault, assuming the crazy Russian would come in there, but you never know. Oh my God. Will you fucking stop coming to my streams, you fucking bots? Good Lord. Alright, yeah, he's going to just move up one and be done. Yeah, I don't think anybody can shoot him. Over to the Russians. Yes, Russian time. What do we have here? So these guys can actually move 3. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3 to move in there. They're going to help this heavy machine gun out. Leader doesn't have a morale bonus, but if might be able to help rally him or something. All right, back to the Germans. The Hauptsturmführer is going to activate and also activate the Oststurmführer next door. And that hex. So all these guys are activating. They're going to go 1, 2. Everybody has 3. Yes, yes. 1, 2, 3. These guys are moving up as well. Nobody's got range to attack them. No. Okay. Russians will go. These guys all activated. Cycle mark activated. There we go. So the question is, yeah, I guess we should put these guys kind of in the town. So this guy's going to move up here. Well, the captain's activating, and everyone adjacent to him. So that would activate this guy. So he's going to move there, and the captain is going to move with him. That's fine. And so that will end that. Mark activation. Back to the Germans. This guy is going to spend his whole turn to unlimber. So he is now aboard. Okay. And this truck, again, it doesn't matter if they lose the truck or not. He'll stay there anyways, just because. Why not? Russians, what is this? Movement of 3. This is going to be 57 millimeter. It's going to go 1, 2. Hang on. 1. Damn. Can't get to where I need to get to, can I? No, of course not. Why would I be able to get to where I need to be getting? I was going to try and put him in the town. You know what? He's going to go 1, 2, 3. That's what he's going to do. He's just going to come in there. Mark activated. All right. Germans. It's crazy. 2. They're done activating. Russians will... I think they will just move this guy up here. That's fine. Back to the Germans. Oh, God. They really want to set their mortars up here. They got to move into that hex, but man, that is just not going to happen, is it? Not with this asshole over here causing all kinds of problems. That's the only people they don't have left to activate. Oh, this guy activated. Oh, right, we got artillery barrage yet. Let's go ahead and activate our artillery barrage. Might as well. Off-board artillery. He has 3 16s. Almost forgot that we had those. Too bad they couldn't just call him down on this guy's head. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, we can't actually see these guys in the entrenchment. Right? Am I right on that? Am I thinking right? Let's look. Oh, it has no effect for spotting. Oh, okay. All right. You see how the limited terrain for the fields, but entrenchments have no effect actually. Okay. So we can't actually see that hex. So one of these leaders, doesn't matter, any one of them can call down artillery on it. Let's do it. And we're going to use all 3 of the big boys. Fire, fire, fire. That's AT fire. We don't want that. We want bombardment. This one. Yes. So we get 3 combat units. So a shift up. What are we at? 16, 32, 48. Yeah, so we're in the 42 column up to 55 and then -2 for the entrenchment. So we're down to the 30 column. All right, 30 column. Let's see what we got. Give us a good number. 7. That's the worst number, dude. 7 is actually a miss. Wow. On the 30 column. That's worse than Tony. No, Tony had one on the 42 column, and all he got was an M result. Well, I got a miss, Tony, so don't feel bad. Oh, my gosh. Well, the Soviets, yeah, they can get some off-board artillery stuff going on here, too. Now we have 5. Or 5. Does that look like 5 to you? No. Why can't... Why can't I fire these guys? Let's see. Who do they want to attack? Preferably where there's 3 combat units. No, they can't see this hex because it's limited terrain, and they don't have anybody within 3. They don't have any leaders within 3 hexes that can spawn them. There's a leader right here, actually, but these block line of sight, so he could only call in artillery here or here, but he couldn't call it in there. Oh, bummer. Too bad, so sad. Wah, 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 cry me a river. I think we're going to call artillery down right there. If we can cause some damage to those units, our one little group of brave Russians over here can cause so much havoc. The only thing that's going to stop them is these guys. Technically not true. I could activate the mortars this turn, and then next turn. Oh no, because they're. Hey, Hex to Hex, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate your comment. That's good. You know what? As much as they would love to do it over there, they get such a better result over here, though. Yeah, they're going to try for this stack of units right here, because this is going to be a problem as soon as it gets up here. So if they can start demoralizing some of them, that would be very good. All right, so they're not in limited terrain, so they're clearly spotted. Now, 18 column. 18 column, so they're on the 16 column. 3 combat units, so they're up to the 21 column. I believe that's it. So 21 column. Let's see what he can see if he can cause any damage. A 9. 9's a morale check. Well, all right, let's get the morale checks going here. Well, we got the Hostenfuhrer. He's a 10. It passes. All 3 of these guys are going to get his bonus now 1, so they're all 9s. So our first guy passes, second guy passes, third guy passes. So that did absolutely nothing. And why I can't flip this over? That's weird. All right. So that was kind of a waste. What is this last group? What do they want to do? Gosh, boy. Oh my God. Why we have to keep timing these fucking asshole bots out? I swear to God. What the hell is YouTube doing nowadays? Can they not fucking block this shit? Good Lord. We got one stack of guys. All right, whatever. This guy, no, this guy. Which is this? This is the big boy. This is the colonel. The colonel says, "All right, you guys. I don't really have time for you guys. Be lollygagging. Just go." So 1, 2, and then he. Maybe I should have put one of these heavy units in there. Yeah, I think he's going to go ahead and move into this hex with this demoralized leader. colonel who's hanging out in the back with these stupid Russians that are just causing all kinds of problems. Ugh. You know what? He is going to come over and get this other side going. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. He will activate. And I believe that is the end of turn number 3. Germans bogged down with some miscommunications between their leaders and units. Not very German efficient right now. These guys are been activated. So unfortunately, and they pushed too hard here on the left. The Russians got one stinking unit up here that's causing all kinds of problems. And if they don't take care of this problem, he is going to continue causing issues. Unfortunately. So, but on the good side, Germans are making some progress, bypassing this terrible attacking there. But they do have their AFVs now in position to start causing some headaches, assuming they can win initiative for next turn. Wow. Craziness going on here at the, what was the name of this place again? It's called Berezov. Near the village of Berezov, the SS Reich Division is being bogged down by the 57th Guard Rifle Division here. I think things are going well so far. You know, the Russians have a couple more units, but they're not going to move them out there in the open for no reason. So, oh, no, I'm sorry. We have to try this. Grant has to, you know, they cannot pass. He has to try and recover his morale. So he's actually a 5 morale. Let's see if he kind of rallies. Nope. He gets +1 because of the major there, actually. So he's a 6. Let's see if he can pass. No. 10. So he did not pass. He does not make himself any better. Okay. So those guys did activate. Yes. You can't pass if you have any demoralized units. You have to. It kind of forces you because otherwise they run away. Actually, because he failed, he does not have to run away because he's in a town hex. So yes, I don't believe he needs to go anywhere. Mark activated. There we go. All right, now we can save this bad boy up. File. Save game as end turn 3. All right, 3 turns in the books. A few more to go. A lot of shooting going on. Not much activity. We had some assaults going on. Big old assault, and this lieutenant and disrupted half infantry squad did more damage than the attacking Germans. Well, they are in an entrenchment, so, you know, they have the defensive capabilities. They probably had, you know, mines laid out and barbed wire, forcing the Germans into certain sectors, and then just mowed them down with some guns. And so, yeah, looks good. All right, so that's the end of turn 3. Let me know if we missed anything. I'll probably have to review it myself and see if I missed anything. But, yep. So a few rule questions along the way, but hopefully we got it all right for you guys. We'll see everybody next time. Thanks for coming out. Hex to Hex and Richard, Tony, Brian. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And OG, of course. We'll see everybody very soon. Till then, you guys have a good evening, and we'll talk to you guys next time.